Hey people, this video is about basic wood stove servicing. Since I don't know how you came across it, if there's any questions you have that this video doesn't cover, you can ask them below, or maybe I can point you in the right direction to where you need to go. These wood stoves are supposed to be 100% sealed from the outside. They have tubing that runs inside across the top of the wood stove that sucks air across it, and that's what burns the wood gas that makes these kind of stoves more efficient. Instead of sending smoke up the chimney, it gets burned at the top of the firebox in there, which I obviously don't have a fire going, but and the smoke gets burned in there, and so it puts out very much less pollution, and it's better for the environment. You get more heat for your wood. And I gotta get my tail up off the couch. Sorry. So anyway, the purpose of this video is to work on the door. On this part of the door here, you can see a gasket. There's a gasket in there, which that's not for focus, please. Which that's not what I'm going to change today. I'm going to change this big one here. And the way to test this, they say $1 bill, but paper. Take a piece of paper and one-handed stick it in there. Close the door. And you can see that there's no significant seal there at all. It just pulls right out. So this gasket is tough to come by. It's 3/4 inch. Tractor Supply in those places usually sell 3/8 and 5/8 for smaller stoves. So I had to order this one online. I think it cost like $19. And I'll be doing this outside anyway because it requires high temperature silicone caulk to seal it in there, and I'll have to scrape out everything that's old in there, so I'll be doing this outside. But I wanted to just have a look at what the purpose is for changing that piece of rope. It's called rope. It's actually a gasket. It's high temperature, whatever the hell it's made out of. Maybe I'll see on the bag, but so anyway, see you outside when it comes time to scrape. Hey people, I'm not going to make you watch this whole section here. This is where I'm going to take the stuff off, and I'm just going to use a large screwdriver with a broken handle that I don't use for much else, and I have an awl here if I need something sharper, a couple of rags. Just get right over there. Start peeling. Well, not too bad. Now, see, this is why I had sent it up to my buddy's house to have this screw fixed here. He didn't drill it out the way I expected him to, so it's still someday probably. Oops. Someday probably this thing will have to either be replaced or have a more serious refurb. Now, that's the easy part. I got some of this crap on my hands already. Alright, anyway, this is the part where you're not going to have to watch the whole thing. I'm just going to take this screwdriver scraping this crap out. If I can find something sharper. I haven't done one of these for a while. I'm losing a lot of silicone in there. A wheel on a Dremel might work too, but I had the smallest screwdrivers working better, but not good enough, so I'm going to have to go get some kind of a blade, because this is be here all day at this rate. I did this section right here with the blade, and it came out a lot better. I don't know if you can see how clean it is. There's actually, you can see bare metal right here. And then I'm going to work this section next and just stick this in there and run it across, and a lot comes out right away. I don't know where all my good cutters went. I mean, little by little they start disappearing. I have to get a new set. And I can come back with the screwdriver and just bring it down to metal. So this is not going to be a fast process, and I have to go down to town in a little while to vote. It's primary day. So anyway, this, let me see if I can get you a better shot right quick, and then right here you can see plain metal, as opposed to right here where you can't. And then we'll get it all down to metal like this. There's tiny little pieces left in there, but there's certainly enough exposed metal. I'll probably spray this with alcohol later to get the grease off from my fingers and like that. And then we'll meet again when I'm ready to put the new stuff in. Let me show you first. I had some in a tube. This is usually what comes with it, but this is so old. I bought one at Tractor Supply in Oneonta once, And it was so old, I took it back to the manager, and she's like, "Oh, just massage it a little bit and blah, blah." I mean, this does massage a little bit, but nothing comes out. It's just too far gone. So what I am going to use is this one with a putty gun. I had to cut the end off, so I got to try and get done with this as fast as I can today. But this is still, after I took all the crud off the end, still viable. So I'm going to use it. So I'm going to keep going on this part here and hopefully get it all done ASAP. Catch you later. Okay, people. Welcome back. I just ran down to town to vote and that sort of thing, and I got this stretched out in the meantime. So it's 1:30. I don't remember what time I started this. I think it took maybe an hour or less to scrape out these tracks. And I didn't indulge my OCD as much as I used to, so it's not perfect, but it's clean enough that there's plenty of exposed surface for the new silicone to stick through to. And I am using gloves for this. I don't usually, but for something as messy as this stuff is, I'm going to put you back on the tripod. Now, you can see this goo. I had to cut the top off this. My buddy had used this stuff. I showed you the other one before. 500 degree, that says. You can read that, but that's what that says there. 500 degree silicone seal. And my buddy had used this already on his, so he gave it to me, and I had to cut the top off, the tip here off, to get the dried up crud out. But as you can see, it's still soft enough to work with. So I guess you'll be able to see that there. I was only gone for an hour and a half, so hopefully it didn't get too stuck up. But this is why I'm wearing the glove. You can see the consistency of it. It's still pretty soft. So I'm going to smear that in there. I got to move you out of my way for now. Last time when my buddy did this, he had, I think, actually a little too much in there because it oozed out the top, and even though it's high heat, the heat got to it, and I had a pool of it in the bottom, at the bottom of the it's quite a job to force it out of there, but it does come. As expensive as this rope is, can't have anything go wrong when I put the new rope in there. Nice and gooey. Mercy. I won't be keeping this after this. Anything left in here is going to be force that out. Oh man. Wobble. That's not where I meant to put that. Have to go over and check on the truck after I finish with this. I told him I'd help bleed the brakes if his imaginary helper ever never showed up, and as far as I know, the so-called imaginary helper never did. Alright, now I seem to have full. Okay, I have occasionally I get from this camera I get this error message that says slow card, and it craps out. So anyway, I finished what I could get out of that tube, and I disposed of the glove. As I may have mentioned, the last thing I need is for something to go wrong with this high price thing that I can't find now. There it is. There's good uses for the leftover of this stuff too. It's good to I attach it to a piece of wire, and I use it to clean the inside of, like, the dog bowls that stand upside down where the water stays on the what would be the top when it's inverted. You put it on a piece of wire and you go in there and clean it right out. Start right here at the bottom. Feels like it's sitting in there nice. Good fit. Now, I didn't put an excessive amount in here, so I shouldn't have any problems, even if I decided to lift the thing up. But since I don't need to take it in the house in any hurry, it's not heating season, I'm just going to leave it out here on the sawhorses, and it can firm itself up. And I'll come back tomorrow and bring it in the house. I don't want to get too much of the adhesive on the outside here. I want the outside to stay fluffy. Anyway, I don't know if I need to keep you around for this. It's just going to go in, and we'll get a knife when I come around the other side. Stick that right in there like that. Under the door lever. bunch this up a little bit better. And tomorrow or so, since it's not tacky, we'll take it inside and do the dollar bill test and make sure it's that's how much is left over. I think it starts with 84 inches, which is like 7 feet. 60, 72, 84. Yep, 7 feet. So actually takes a little bit. It doesn't look like it's that big, that it takes more than 6 feet of this stuff, but it did. Okay, people, this is 2 days after I did this. It's almost getting dark out, but I have some extra light on the scene. This, I don't have a dollar handy, so I just used a piece of paper. So quite a bit tighter than it was before. So actually get a look at that. Nice tight fit, and that's the way it should be. So job done. Have a good weekend.